going to tell you a story about a client I worked with who, when I met her, was completely out of control and within a few months became totally in charge of her business. And I use this story because it's probably the biggest transformation other than my own, which took longer. So that's why I want to share this story with you. And her name is Cheryl, and that is actually her name. So I'm at another event where I've just finished speaking. And this lady raises her hand. And I say, yeah, how can I help you? What's your name and what would you like to say? She said, my name's Cheryl, and I don't agree with what you're saying. Okay, Cheryl, no problem. What in particular? Everything. Honestly, I laughed. That was my response. And then, oh my God, Vanessa, I mean the exact opposite. I'm not telling you the truth. I feel that everything you were saying was directed at me. It was like you knew my exact story. I'm in a real state. I said, Cheryl, thank you. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, I finished the talk now. I'm just going to take Cheryl to one side and have a chat. I'll be here for the next couple of hours if anybody else wants to talk to me. Cheryl, wow, that was so brave of you. Now tell me about yourself. Tell me about your business. What is it that you do? She's not a lawyer, this lady. You'll be glad to know it's a change. So this is not just a lawyer problem, by the way. This is a problem for anybody in a service-based business. So she said, I'm an ISO consultant. Do you know what that is? I said, I think that's to do with standards, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, Vanessa. And how long have you been in business, Cheryl? 16 years. Wow, it's a long time. So what's going on? So I'm working 6 or 6.5 days a week on client work. And my husband is screaming at me. He's tearing his hair out. I have a teenage daughter and she's not getting time with me, the time that she needs. I certainly don't take the dog, his name's Scruff, out for a walk. As for me, I'm bottom of the pile. I don't get a look in for me time at all. Oh gosh, Cheryl, you know, that must be really challenging. That's not something that is sustainable, is it? No, it's not. So I think we better look at, but that's really clear that you've got that, Cheryl, and that's fantastic. But I think we better look at what you would like your life to look like if it wasn't looking like it is right now. How would that be, Cheryl? And so she says, well, actually, I'd be working no more than 4 days a week and maintaining my income, and possibly even later on 3.5 days a week, or even 3 days a week, going on holiday regularly, spending time with my family, creating those relationships, having me time, time to exercise, and so on. Perfect. You know exactly what you're looking for, Cheryl. I think this is possible. Let's have a look at what's going on in your business. So I'm looking at her business and I'm asking questions. So how many clients have you got? So I've got these clients. When was the last time you reviewed prices on these clients? 2 or 3 years ago? And do you reckon you're charging what you should be charging? Probably undercharging, yeah. I don't think some of these clients would pay me what I really should be charging, okay. And do you like working with all these clients? No. There's one client I really want to get rid of. I've wanted to get rid of for 18 months. I just do not have the nerve to do it. So as you can imagine, I'm going to fast forward because of the time thing, that there was a lot going on in her business. She was going into businesses, working all day there, driving back and then working more time on her computer, doing emails and stuff in the evening. We discovered she was probably underbilling by 25%. Well, that's not good, is it, for a start? She was working extremely long days. She didn't even like driving. Oh, by the way, the client that she didn't want to work with, within 2 months of working with me, she got rid of them. By the end of 6 months, she was down to probably about 4.5 days a week working. And she'd reviewed all her clients, she'd upped her fees, she was billing all her time, and she was getting to spend time with her family. So her marriage was saved. So what I want you to do is think about, if you have this challenge, what would your life look like if you were able to reduce your hours and still at least maintain your income? What would that look like for you? Something you would like to perhaps think about.